Family betrayals and tough choices. A dual-narrative family is often seen as a bedrock of love and loyalty, but what happens when betrayal, prejudice, or control fracture those bonds?
These two gripping stories dive into the raw, messy reality of family dynamics, where love is tangled with pain, and two choices define who we are.
Each narrative pulls you into a world of emotional turmoil and moral dilemmas, forcing you to question, what would you do when loyalty to one family member means abandoning another? This isn't a feel-good tale, it's a gut punch that challenges everything you think you know about love, duty, and forgiveness. Through powerful storytelling, these accounts exploit cognitive biases and emotional triggers to hook you instantly, daring you to rethink conventional wisdom and sparking curiosity with controversial choices. A brother's betrayal and a father's stand. Imagine the moment your world collapses. Your spouse has been unfaithful, not with a stranger, but with your own sibling. This is the nightmare Jack, 26, faced when he discovered his wife of 3 years had been cheating with his brother, Andrew, 27. The betrayal wasn't just a blow to his marriage. It was a dagger through the heart of his family. Jack's pain was raw, his trust shattered. He turned to his father for solace, insisting they meet in public to avoid Andrew, who was living rent-free in their father's home. Jack was drowning in more than emotional pain. He was broke, unable to afford the motel he'd fled to, yet too wounded to return home where Andrew resided. His father sensed the weight of his son's silence but didn't push, until Jack finally confessed the horrific truth. Andrew was the other man. The father's disgust mirrored Jack's horror. That night, he confronted Andrew, who had played the innocent victim while knowingly sleeping. Andrew, now couchsurfing with friends, begged to return, whining about his hardships. But the father held firm. Actions have consequences. Why should Andrew, able-bodied and cunning enough to orchestrate an affair, expect a free pass? The father's biting retort, suggesting Andrew live with his brother's ex-wife, laid bare the absurdity of his pleas. This wasn't just about punishment. It was about protecting Jack's mental health and drawing a moral line in the sand. This story hooks us with its universal emotional weight. Betrayal by family cuts deeper than any other wound. Psychologically, it leverages the in-group bias, where we expect unwavering loyalty from those closest to us. When that trust is shattered, the pain is exponential. The father's choice to prioritize Jack challenges the conventional wisdom that parents must remain neutral, no matter the offense. It sparks a provocative question: is it ever okay to disown a child for their actions? By siding with Jack, the father invites us to rethink what family owes each other when trust is broken. Consider a parallel example. A woman discovers her sister has been spreading lies about her to their parents, fracturing their relationship for years. When confronted, the sister shrugs it off, expecting forgiveness because we're family. Like the father, the woman must decide, forgive to keep the peace, or cut ties to protect her dignity. These dilemmas resonate because they force us to weigh loyalty against self-respect, a tension we've all faced in some form. The father's stand is controversial because it defies the cultural expectation of unconditional parental love. Yet, it's grounded in a psychological truth: boundaries are essential for healing. By choosing Jack, he's not just punishing Andrew, he's modeling accountability, showing that love doesn't means enabling betrayal. It's a bold move that dares us to ask, when does family loyalty become a trap, and how do you break free? A sister's exclusion and a mother's boycott now. Shift to a mother, 49, facing a heart-wrenching decision at her daughter Tracy's wedding. Tracy, 23, made a shocking choice. She didn't invite her younger sister, Caitlin, who is bisexual and dating a girl named Sierra. Tracy's excuse? She feared Caitlin's presence would embarrass her fiancé's family. The mother was stunned, her heart breaking for Caitlin, who was being excluded for simply being herself. Without hesitation, she gave Tracy an ultimatum: invite Caitlin, or she wouldn't attend the wedding. Tracy doubled down, sobbing and calling her a bad mother, refusing to budge. So, the mother made her choice. She planned a vacation with Caitlin, Sierra, and Sierra's family, turning her back on Tracy's big day. This story grips us with its raw injustice. Caitlin's exclusion for her identity is infuriating, tapping into the in-group out-group bias, where Tracy prioritizes her fiancé's family over her own sister. The mother's boycott is a powerful act of solidarity, but it's deeply controversial. Is she right to miss her daughter's wedding? By choosing Caitlin, she challenges the norm that parents must support all children equally, even when one acts unjustly. It's a decision that sparks debate, pulling us into the emotional vortex of family loyalty and moral conviction. Picture the scene: Tracy poring over her wedding plans, meticulously arranging seats for distant cousins and in-laws, but deliberately omitting Caitlin. The mother, expecting to see both daughters celebrated, spots the seating chart and feels a jolt of betrayal. Caitlin, unaware of her sister's rejection, is happily dating Sierra, a kind-hearted girl who's brought light to her life. The mother's confrontation with Tracy is tense. Tracy's tears and excuses only deepen the wound. The mother's ultimatum isn't just a threat, it's a line in the sand, a declaration that prejudice has no place in her family. The vacation plan is a masterstroke of defiance. Instead of attending a wedding tainted by exclusion, the mother creates a new memory with Caitlin, celebrating her daughter's worth. It's a psychological power play. By withdrawing her presence, she signals to Tracy that actions have consequences. This leverages the reciprocity principle, where we expect fairness in relationships. Tracy's rejection of Caitlin broke that balance, and the mother's response restores it, albeit painfully. This narrative resonates because it mirrors real-world struggles with acceptance. Consider a similar case. A man refuses to invite his gay brother to a family reunion, citing traditional values. His parents attend anyway, hoping to keep peace, but later regret not standing up for their son. The mother in this story avoids that regret, choosing action over appeasement. Her choice is a call to arms, urging us to confront bias head-on, even within our own families. The controversy lies in her drastic action. Weddings are sacred milestones, and skipping one is taboo. Yet, the mother's boycott challenges the assumption that family events demand unconditional attendance. It forces us to ask, when does standing up for one child mean letting another go? Psychologically, her decision is a form of commitment and consistency. By aligning her actions with her values, she reinforces her identity as a fair, protective parent. Why these stories matter? These two stories, a father's stand against a son's betrayal and a mother's boycott of a prejudiced wedding, are more than family drama. They're mirrors reflecting our own struggles with loyalty, betrayal, and boundaries. They exploit cognitive biases like fairness, autonomy, and in-group loyalty to make us feel the character's pain and rage. Each breaks a societal rule, disowning a child, boycotting a wedding. These acts defy norms, sparking curiosity and debate. Psychologically, they hook us by triggering emotional investment. We root for Jack and Caitlin, rage at Andrew and Tracy, and wrestle with the moral gray zones. The call to action is subtle but powerful. Reflect on your own family dynamics. Where do you draw the line? When do you fight, forgive, or walk away? These stories remind us that family isn't just about blood, it's about choices. Sometimes, the hardest choice is standing up for what's right, even when it tears you apart. So, what's your line in the sand?